Yo, alright, guys, if you are a service-based business and you're stuck in about the 10 to 50K per month range and you're not sure what you can do to move beyond that, then this video is exactly for you. I'm going to be breaking down the 3 main things that I've come across that is actually stopping businesses from reaching the goals that they want to hit monetarily. And this is mainly in the service-based industry. The reason why I say that is because I myself, as a marketing agency, I'm a service provider. A lot of the clients that I work with, whether they're coaches or other agencies, they are providing a service, and that's what I'm speaking on now. So basically, guys, there are 3 things that are super important that a lot of people just don't focus on. And in reality, improving any one of these is going to improve your end result. So let's go through it, guys. 1 is the product or service delivery, the quality of your service. So we'll jump into that, although it's pretty self-explanatory in a minute. 2 is lead generation, and 3 is sales and automation follow-up. So these are 3 things, guys, where if you can really dig into it and see what you're doing and try and identify where your weaknesses are, and put some serious time into fixing those, you're going to see so much more return from your effort, honestly, in a couple of weeks. It really doesn't take a lot of time for these to actually take effect. But let's jump into the first one. It is product and service delivery. So I'm going to be talking about this mainly from an agency point of view. The fact is, a lot of people's service is shit. That's just the fact. A lot of people do not go above and beyond for their clients. They are only focused on selling, and when it comes to actually providing the service, it's just a bang average cookie cutter service that, you know, maybe say 5 years ago we would have learned how to do this from one of Dan Henry's courses for $500. So really not high value as a service, and honestly, you know, you're trying to charge $2,000-$3,000. Retainers for this kind of services, or more, depending on what it is. If your actual service delivery and the ROI your clients are getting isn't any good, then you are not going to be able to keep up with the sales that you need to hit higher targets in revenue. I'll break this down a little bit, what I mean exactly. So basically, if you look at someone's retention rate for a client, if it is 1 to 3 months, let's just say 1 to 3 months for now. If your retention rate is on average under 3 months, and let's be honest, even around say 6 months, if you can't hold a client longer than 6 months, there's a good chance that your service is just shit and it's not providing them with value. They're not getting an ROI in your service. This can be the same with coaching. If your coaching clients aren't staying, or if you're a PT, for example, if they aren't staying in your program for X amount of time, obviously unless it's like a 12-week program where they only stay in for 12 weeks, you know. But if this is a month-to-month thing where people are leaving after a month or 2 and you're just taking the money and saying thanks, on to the next, then this is a serious problem. And the reason why is because, to say you want to hit 50K and you're charging 2.5K every month, you need 20 clients, right? Now, that can take a lot of a pretty big sales process to get 20 clients. But if your churn rate is very high, and your retention rate for these clients is very low, you now need a sales system that's going to get you 20 new clients every 3 months. And that is extremely hard to keep up. Not hard to get, like, once it's built, it's good. But if you want to get past that, then you need to now amp the sales up even more. But the fact is, you could just be focusing on the service and keeping your clients for longer. And what this means is that they're going to be with you longer, you're going to have more retainers from them, and you don't have to worry to hit a certain quota, you don't have to worry about making more sales. Or maybe you want to make more sales, but now it's not at the cost of losing other clients, and now it's able to stack up a lot more as your client base. So, guys, I really want you to be honest with yourself. Is your service good? Now, one way you can judge this is directly, are you getting an ROI for your clients? Are they paying you $3,000 and then you just give them nothing and then say peace out? Or are you actually trying to deliver results where they're going to be like, shit, I actually want to work with you more? How can we do more? If you're not doing the latter, then you're actually just, you're playing this game of how many sales can I get to keep up with my terrible churn rate. So what I'm going to do quickly is I'm going to tell you a couple ways that you can actually improve this, and I'll make more videos in the future going into more depth about this. But if your product or service is crap, here's what you do. You can either A, hire someone really good in your team, start building a team and have someone who's really, really good at providing results in that area, and have them doing a lot of the delivery for your clients. There's nothing wrong with just being mainly a sales process and then outsourcing the work to a credible source who's actually able to get results. Obviously, your cut from the results is going to be lower because you're paying someone, or not necessarily outsourcing, but maybe you're just hiring someone, but then you have to pay their wages. Again, do the math here. If this means that your product is going to be very good, you're going to make more money in the long term. The next thing you can do, guys, is look at your competitors. Look at what they are offering. Now, if someone is offering for the same price, say lead generation, but not just lead generation, they actually also have their own appointment setting business where they actually set appointments with the leads that they generate, and you're charging the same as them, then you just are not going to, that service is just not good enough. You're going to really struggle to compete with other clients and with other agencies, and your clients are going to look for other solutions because inevitably they're probably working too hard to pay you $3,000 for, again, a result that's going to be mediocre. So what I would do is, guys, look at your competitors, look at their offering, and try and compete with them. Make a service that is going to be able to provide just as many results as your clients, if not better. So this kind of goes into lead generation and offers a little bit. So I won't go any further into that. But yes, guys, you need to make sure your service is actually providing the value. Otherwise, your clients will just not stay with you. You might be able to get a sale, but they will not stay with you. So whether that's improving your product and service in a way that competes with other competitors and can actually get your clients ROI, or just hiring someone to take over the work that is very good in that field that can provide the results while you deal with the rest of the business, that's also a great option. Let's jump into, so the next one was lead generation. So this is the second biggest thing. Now, lead generation for any service-based business is literally the lifeblood. If you don't have leads coming in consistently in a predictable manner, you will not have predictable sales and you cannot predictably scale. So leads for a service-based business and a consumer-based business is very different. So I'll quickly just mention, if you're a consumer-based business, leads, typically you're going to get leads from ads, from running ads or organic marketing, but it's usually always going to cost you something to do. If it's organic, you might need to pay someone to actually make the content, etc. Things like that. But if you are a service-based business, then basically lead generation is going to be all about reach out. It's all about reaching out and nurturing leads. So when I say reach out, there are a couple different branches here. So we got things like cold emails, we have organic content, and we have cold calls. And those are probably the biggest three now, off the top of my head. But these are all different forms of lead generation that you should be trying to employ into your business. Now, if you have one that's going really well, say you're really good at getting leads through emails, at a certain point, it is only good for your business to send X amount of emails per day. If you start sending more, you might be really pushing spam sendage. You also might be able to, you might be seeing some improvements, but for every, say, extra 1,000 emails a day you send, you might only be getting like a little bit more, maybe like 2-3 more appointments every day. And the numbers really just aren't good. So say you're at a sweet spot with one of these forms of lead generation, you need to start looking into other forms of lead generation. If you want to hit past, say, that 10 to 50K mark, if you want to get past wherever you're at, you need to look into other forms of lead generation. And if you don't have any form of lead generation that's consistent at all, well, then one of these three things is something that you need to master. So emails are great. There are many ways to get cold emails. There are so many, Apollo, D7 Lead Finder, all of these are great ways to actually get the targeted leads for businesses that you want to work with, and to start sending out your cold email campaigns. Now, I'll say for coaches, again, you're most likely going to have to be doing organic content and ads. So when it comes to lead generation, you need to have some sort of paid method where you can really, like, this is where I would hire someone, a marketer usually, or if you have knowledge in ads, you simply just need to run lead generation ads. It's all in the follow-up really, which I'll go into in the third point. But let's go back to more of the reaching out to service-based businesses. So if we're going B2B. So let's think about it. You've got cold emails. Those are perfect. There's so many softwares you can use to do really, really effective cold email campaigns. There's organic content. This is a pretty normal one that a lot of people already do. So you make content on Google, on Facebook, on YouTube, and basically you want to get that in front of people who are your right audience. So you want to find groups, interact with people, connect with people. LinkedIn's another great one. Make content that is going to really sell yourself. Now, you don't want to come across preachy as like, book me, book a time with me, please, I need more clients. You just want to give value. The more you give value, the more people trust you. People will literally, if you give something that's so crazy valuable, you might think, I'm giving too much away, but in reality, you're going to get a flood of people in your inbox saying, can you help me out? And that's business right there. That's all business potential. So if you're not utilizing content, that is something you can definitely start doing. And again, if you're worried about people stealing what you do, usually when people get information, they're not able to actually put it into action. And that's where that's why they'll reach out to you and they'll ask questions. And then you can kind of offer your service based off that. The third one is cold calling. Now, cold calling is evergreen. It's always going to be there. And if you aren't utilizing it in some way, especially if your target is like, say, local businesses, then you're just missing out. The thing is, no one wants to do cold calls. No one does. And that's why it's such a competitive market. If you're able to implement cold calls, if it makes sense for your business, then you should be doing it. It's very simple. Again, things like D7 Lead Finder will provide you with a lot of leads, a lot of numbers for businesses that you want to work with. So you need to basically just get one of those, get on your phone. It's very simple. I do this myself. It's super, super simple. Go on Google, look up the business you want to work with, get the phone number, call them up, and just pitch them. Say, hey, I'll get you more leads. I'll do this for your business, blah, blah, blah. Are you interested? It's as simple as that. If you can put away a few hours a day to that or hire someone who can do that full time, you'll get so many appointments out of this. I know agencies who actually scale themselves solely off cold calls, which is crazy. We do this pretty successfully ourselves, although we do multiple things. But cold calls, guys, don't overlook them and don't be a pussy. Just they're just people. Nothing bad can really happen from it. So get in there, do some cold calls, and book some appointments, make some sales. So we've done lead generation and we've done the product. Now, the last thing there is to talk about is the sales process and the automation. Now, I'm not going to go into the actual sales call itself, like the skill of a salesperson. That's something that requires a lot of training to do. I can't just teach you how to close a deal in the next 2-3 minutes. But what I will tell you is the process that leads up to the sales call, the automations, and even after the sales call. And this is where a lot of leads, like that could be potential money, they could be sales. It just falls through people's fingers because they don't deal with the leads well enough. And this is the thing when people say shit leads, this is exactly the problem. There's no such thing as a shit lead. If a lead has actually signed up for your offer, obviously there are different levels of how qualified they are based on what you get them to do to sign up as a lead. But if they sign up for the offer at all, that is a quality lead ready to be sold. The only thing you're missing is a follow-up process that's going to get you in touch with them as soon as possible. And then also a process that's going to follow up on them every single day until they eventually do book a call with you, until they actually take action on what they signed up for. And this actually goes for the B2C market. So if you're a coach and you have leads, this is perfect for you. If you're an agency and you're doing B2B, this is also perfect for you. If you're what else? If you're a local business, and which is like local B2C, this is perfect for you. Really, anything where you're offering a service, this is exactly what you need. This even works with products now that I just mentioned that. But let's talk about the service-based offers still. So you have a lead, they sign up, they're interested, and then what happens? You hope that they book a call with you. All right, cool. They won't. They just won't. Maybe one in 5 will, but it could be a 4 in 5 book that call. And say you have 4 people who booked a call. Oh, lovely. 4 people are going to show up to the call. They won't. 1 in 4 might show up to that call. All right. And then out of that 4, you might get 1 sale, but you only got 1 showing up. Now you basically, you're really, really risking a 50-50 here on if you're actually going to get a sale for that day. So what my point here is, guys, don't let leads fall through the cracks. Have automation systems in place that are going to follow up the lead every single day. You want to be doing appointment setting. If it's not yourself, you want to have someone who will appointment set and follow up every lead as soon as they're generated. As soon as they're generated, you call them up, you text them, and you email them. You say, hey, thanks for doing the thing. Here's a reminder, book a call. Nothing? Cool. The next day. Same thing. The next day. Same thing. You keep pestering them until they eventually book a call. A lot of the time, they will actually thank you. Now, the ones who say you pestered them for long enough and you don't, say a week or 2 weeks, right? Or even those who did book a call and didn't show up. Or even just leads that you just generally have in your pipeline. What can you be doing to push them to book a call again and to get on a call with you? Well, it's pretty simple. It's what we call nurture sequences. You should be sending content out to these guys every single few days. Remind you you're there. So to remind them that you're there, remind them what you can do, and slowly, you're not hard selling anything, but you're just building this rapport with them, and basically you're slowly pushing the idea that they can do some really good work with you until you get to the point where you can pitch, they'll book a call, and by the time they're on the call with you, they already know you, they're already comfortable, they know what you can do, and they're actually just ready to buy your service. Now, the last bit was, they booked a call. Okay, cool. Like I said before, 4 booked a call, 1's going to show up. Now, you want to mitigate this as much as possible. And the way you do that is to follow up once they book a call. What I do is I would send value emails and value texts every single day up until their call. Send something to remind them that you exist, and also to just make them a little bit more comfortable with you. Especially if they're a cold call, guys. If you got these guys cold and they book an appointment, they don't really know who you are, even though they've got a call booked with you. Remind them who you are and why they should jump on that call with you. On top of that, you want to be sending appointments anyway. Sending reminders for the appointment anyway. So you'll be sending value as well as appointment, as well as reminders. And together, basically in this whole process, you're going to be just increasing the chance of a lead who signs up into actually booking a call, into actually getting on the call, and into actually making a sale. So, guys, all these things, these 3 things I mentioned, I'll go into them in more depth in later videos. But definitely you should take these, look at your own business and think, okay, cool. Is my service a product? Is it competitive? Is it a good product generally for what we charge? Is it getting ROI for my clients? Because that's going to affect your churn rate. Second, lead generation. Do I have a steady form of lead generation? Do I know where my next sales call is going to come from? Can I increase my form of lead generation? Can I increase it horizontally? Can I go to other methods? And third, how is my sales and automation follow-up system? Am I letting too many leads go, slip through the cracks? Am I missing money that's literally on the table because I'm just not following up well enough? Ask yourself all these things very, very honestly. Look at your business and look at where can I change things here and there to allow this to all be a much cleaner, automated process that's going to get you basically more sales and keep your clients on for longer. This is what's going to help you scale, guys. It's the same thing we've done with a lot of our clients who maybe start off at around 10,000 per month or even lower, and we can scale them all the way to even 150,000 per month. It's the same systems. So keep that in mind, guys. Good luck. Implement this. We should probably have some links down below if you want to check out our website. If you want to book a call with us, by all means, check out the links, and I will talk to you on the next one.